The Vector Security Partner Portal is an interactive tool to help our partners receive and provide information about the work that we will provide for our customers. This platform is the stepping stone to the new systems we are building now to make sure these experiences are as smooth as possible and that we all get the information we need. This system may seem cumbersome at times, but we have a very bright path forward to the future with the feedback your teams have provided. This video will cover the features of our portal that are unique to administrators, as well as a few key points to remember about our standard operating guidelines. For instructions on completing work orders, see our scheduler and technician video, which is linked in the knowledge base of Portal. As an administrator, you can manage your team's access as you need. You can add or remove users, update their access levels, and keep any important information up to date. Let's look at how to do that. Adding users takes a couple of easy steps in the system. First, you'll go to your parent account page and scroll down to the Contact section. Click the blue plus Create button to add a new contact. Fill out all of their pertinent information, including their address if they run calls from a location that is not your main office. Click Submit, and you'll be directed back to the parent account page. Next, you'll need to go into their newly created profile to add their access level and send an invitation. Sending an invitation should be done first. You'll simply scroll down to the bottom of the page and click the Send Invitation button. You'll know everything is set when you get redirected to the top and a green banner appears. Now scroll down to the bottom of the page and select the appropriate access level from the drop-down. Neither schedulers nor technicians have any access to invoices. Schedulers can see all users' jobs, while the technicians can only see theirs. Once that's set, be sure to click Submit to save your changes. To deactivate a contact, all you'll need to do is go to the parent account page, and in the drop-down for that contact, you'll select Deactivate. We ask that you keep your contacts list up to date with any of your team members that will interact with Vector or our shared customers. Those are all of the steps in Portal, but there are a couple of things that we need to do on our end of the system to ensure they are completely ready to go. First, if the new user is someone you will assign bookings to, you'll need to let our team know that you've added them so we can activate their resource on our end. This will make sure they show up in the list when you go to assign a booking. You'll just need to email portalaccess@vectorsecurity.com with their name and email address. The same goes for deactivating a user. Just send us an email letting us know they're no longer with your organization, and we'll remove them from your list. Next, our teams use an interactive map to help them determine which partner is best suited for that site. If the person you added works out of a separate location than your main office, it's probably in your interest to get them added to our map. In the same email to activate their resource, just include whether you'd like them on our service or installation team's maps. We provide and assign badges to individual technicians at your request. This enables our customers to verify that you are an authorized Vector Security partner. If you would like a badge for your new employee, submit a badge request form, which can be found with submission instructions in the knowledge base of Portal. Just search badge. If a team member with a badge leaves your organization, you'll need to let us know if you'll be returning it, destroying it, or reassigning it to a separate technician. This helps keep our security intact and effective. Email the completed badge form to tsp@vectorsecurity.com whenever there is a change, and we'll take care of the rest. State and local licensing, as well as industry and manufacturer certifications, are a large way our teams consider who will be assigned to which work order. We have plans for our new portal to have the ability for you to upload, manage, and update your team's certifications. But for now, you'll need to send them to compliance@vectorsecurity.com. Uploading and reviewing invoices is a simple process in Portal. Each invoice is directly applied to the work order that services were rendered for and cannot cover multiple work orders. For service jobs, once the team has confirmed all of the requirements have been met, the job will move from your active work orders bucket to the work orders pending invoice view. Work order statuses are admittedly a pain point of this system, and we have already planned how this will work in the future, but here's a quick tip to get over this hurdle. The best way to find a job, regardless of its status, is to search your completed bookings view. As long as you've completed the booking, its status won't change, and you'll absolutely be able to find the job you're looking for. Once you've found the work order, you'll scroll to the very bottom of the page and click the blue plus sign in the Invoices grid. Enter your invoice number, enter the amount, and add any comments or notes that you wish to add. Scroll down a little and click the Choose Files button to attach your invoice. Once that's all done, just click Submit, and you're good to go. You can review all of your submitted invoices by clicking the Invoices tab in the navigation bar. There, you'll find the list of your invoices with the status and any notes if changes are needed. For easy searching, each of the blue headers can be used to sort and search. To search on partial text, include an asterisk at the beginning of what you're searching. Let's go over some guidelines for invoicing. Only one invoice is allowed per work order and can only be submitted once the work order is completed. There is one exception, in that if the last time your team was on site is 30 days or greater, and we are still waiting for customer or AHJ approval, you may invoice for the completed trips. Labor and parts must be broken out into individual lines. For parts, you are allowed a maximum markup of 20%, and you must provide a receipt for everything listed. If you have questions about the status of one or more invoices, you will need to submit an invoice inquiry request form, which is located with instructions in the knowledge articles under TSP forms, or just search invoice. For inquiries on service invoices, you'll send them to nadservicepayables@vectorsecurity.com. And for installations, those will go to nadinstall_invoice@vectorsecurity.com. This knowledge article is a wealth of information on accounting, as it has instructions on submitting inquiries, as well as the base process for invoicing. It's a great resource to reference if you have questions. Our SLA, or Service Level Agreement, is the time defined in our customer service agreements that sets how quickly we need to be on site. The clock starts when you receive the proposed booking, and you have to provide an ETA within that window and stick to it. We recently updated our work order priorities to quickly and easily display that to you when the job is assigned. Standard jobs can be 2 or 3 day response times, which will swap to standard return if the job is going to take multiple trips. Emergency jobs expand into hourly and same or next day expectations as well. Be sure to take note of these work order priorities before accepting any work that you may not be able to make the SLA on. With these response expectations, we understand that your hourly rate may change and reflect the urgency at which your teams arrive on site. If you need to update any of your pre-negotiated service rates, contact your field operations manager, and they will work with you to get them approved. Thorough completion notes are a critical part of work orders being completed and approved for payment on time. Primary completion notes are documented on the incident of the work order and are displayed to the customer. There are 4 fields on the incident that give the customer and Vector team an understanding what is going on with the problem. These are the cause for repair, the explanation for cause for repair, the resolution code, and the resolution comments. These help answer the questions of, what did you find? What caused what you found? What did you do to repair the issue? And at the end of the trip, is it completely fixed? It is important for you and your team to keep a few things in mind when providing notes about the progress or completion of work. First, it is recommended that you date and initial your notes in the explanation for cause for repair and resolution comments fields. This way, if there are multiple trips to the site from multiple technicians, you'll have a starting point from the previous technician, and you'll leave one for the next. Second, it is crucial to keep in mind that these comments are seen by the customer. Please be as professional as possible. And lastly, because our commercial customers are managing multiple sites and are not always available to view what is occurring firsthand, many require photographs of devices. We at Vector are beginning to adopt this practice and will be requiring photos of any equipment that was replaced, repaired, or adjusted. These photos should follow a few guidelines. First, before starting work, capture a wide angle of the work area with the existing equipment and conditions. When installing or repairing the devices, capture key stages such as wiring, connections, and close-ups of critical components. After completion, you'll get a wide angle of the work area, close-ups of proper connections, identifying information such as labels, serial numbers, and compliance tags. We aren't expecting Pulitzer Prize level photography, but please be sure to check your images for good clarity and lighting. As with everything we do, we should maintain the confidentiality of our team members and customers. This requirement is becoming more common across our customer base, and some customers are beginning to levy financial penalties if photographs are not taken. This is becoming a more common requirement in our digital age, so it is in all of our best interest to get in the habit now. On behalf of the members of the Field Operations Department, we appreciate your partnership and your patience as our systems continue to develop into the future. Your dedication to servicing our shared customers is remarkable, and we look forward to growing our businesses together. We appreciate you taking the time to understand our systems and can promise that we are heading towards a much better future. If you have any questions, please reach out to Portal Access at vectorsecurity.com or your field operations manager.